Good morning, grade 5s, and welcome to your SS class for today. So we are discussing geography today, and I want you to start. If you need to, pause this video and open your textbook on page 26 for me, please. Page 26 of your textbook. This one, you know? Okay, perfect. If you open on page 26, you can continue the video. All right, fantastic. So today we are continuing on from last term with physical features on a map. All right, so today we're going to discuss a bunch of different definitions of physical features on a map, because that's what physical features are. They're just names and things on maps, and we're going to learn to identify them, to be able to see them on the map and to know what they mean, and if someone refers to it, what does that mean? All right, so if you're looking on a map, if you're driving around the country and someone refers to something, you'll know what they mean. If you look on your map, on Google Maps or anything, and you see these features, you'll know what it means. You'll know how to use it. All right, perfect. So first of all, a physical feature, that's the first definition. That's things in a natural environment such as rivers and mountains. Easy as that. Physical things you can see on a map, rivers, mountains, stuff like that. Physical features. All right. So we can all see on this map on page 26 that it's a bunch of different colors. Now, we've already discussed this, and also you did it in grade 4. You see the different colors, and that's a bunch of different heights above sea level, and they all have different names, and that's also what we're going to learn. Now, the first one is a plateau. That's the first definition. The first definition is a plateau, a high, flat, inland part of the country. So if you look at South Africa as a country, it starts low at the sea level. That's the lowest point in the country. It's level at sea. All right. Then you go higher. You go up as you go inland. And that's where you get the plateau, a high, flat, inland part of a country. So as you go up, inwards in the country, so from the side, either way, whichever place you start, and you go up, you see it gets darker as you go up inwards to the country. It gets higher, all right, till you get to the middle part of a country where you get a flat part. In South Africa, a flat part, all right, that's called the plateau. All right, so that's your second definition. All right, the third definition, easy one, we already referred to it, and you're going to use it for a bunch of different things, is called the coast. Now, of course, that's where the land meets the sea. The land next to the sea is called the coast. So it's that small green strip next to the sea. You see that part? That's called the coast. All right, perfect. Easy peasy. Land meets the sea, that little part there, that's called the coast. So that brings us to the next definition, the coastal plain, the low-lying land near to the sea. Okay, so that's the coast is where the sea meets the land. The coastal plain is then the rest, that rest of the green part, going a bit inland. Still very low. Remember, the colors represent height above sea level. So the rest of the green part, still very, very low. All right, perfect. That's the coastal plain. Perfect. All right. And then the next definition we are going to learn is called the escarpment. Escarpment. You'll see the definition on page 27. The escarpment. Now, if you think of it, you see like we said, in the middle of the country, you find the plateau. You find the plateau, the high part that's flat, and that's separated, the flat part, and where it goes down and to the sea. So you go up at the high part, it's a flat part, and then it goes to the sea. So flat on top, and then it goes to the sea all the way down. Now this part next to the plateau is really, really steep. It's usually a steep mountain range, steep cliffs, and that's called the escarpment. All right, so if you look on the map again on page 26, you'll see here the Highveld. this semi-dark part, and then on the edge of it, where it gets a little bit darker, that's where you'll find a plateau. Also, with the Drakensberg mountain range, where it's very, very dark, and then separate, and you see it goes from very, very dark to very light very quickly, because there's a plateau there, flat on top, very steep going down. Alright, so that's the escarpment. So we get the plateau, the escarpment, the coastal plain, the flat part, not so steep, flatter part next to the coast. The coastline is the little bit of land right next to the sea. Easy enough. Alright, perfect. So I want you to learn these definitions, to know these definitions, and to be able to recognize them when you see them. We are going to do some more definitions on page 28, where we're going to learn a few more definitions which we find near the coast and which we find near a bit more inland sometimes. Alright, so we'll take a look at those definitions as well, but first I want you to answer a few questions about the definitions you first learned now. Alright, we're basing this activity that this quiz, this activity you're doing online, we're basing it on activity number 2 in your textbooks. So look at the answers, the questions there. They're going to be similar to the questions I'm asking you in this quiz. So have a look, answer these questions. I'll see you in part 2 for the next few definitions. Cheers.